Hey Home Slices, it's Mrs. Moore and I am here recording a quick screencast to show you how to do the clone stamp and also how to add text to your imagery. Alright, here's the dealio. First image I want to show you is how to do the clone stamp, and I want to make sure that you see how to do this. So when you are working in your image, I want to make sure that you're working with a good size. So I am going to put and change this where it was 44%, and I'm going to change it to be 100% just because I want to zoom in towards the hair. Now the reason why I'm going to clone stamp the sky basically over her hair is because if I were to make myself in this image, my hair is different. My hair is not as long, so I want to make sure it has my hair and not some other girl's hair. Alright, so the clone stamp. It is over on this edge and it looks like a stamp just like this. If you hit the control button, you'll see it says clone stamp or pattern stamp. We're going to stick with the clone stamp. Now, the clone stamp is really interesting in the fact that you can't, you just stamp stuff, but to be able to select it, you have to make sure that your layer is open, and you have to hit the control key to select an area, the option key to select an area. But just like the paintbrush and the eraser, you can always control the size. I'm going to make mine a little bit larger, and I'm going to go ahead and give myself a hard edge to work with. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to just click out of here for a second. I'm going to go ahead and hit option and hold it down so I can see the target. At that point, I'm going to click and lift up. And now I can see that cloud lift and go places, and now I'm kind of like stamping over that girl's hair. And maybe I don't want just that blue, maybe I want to do this blue, so I have to hit option again so I can select a new area, bring it down, and maybe I want it to get a little bit lighter, so I'm going to pick and select this area and bring it down closer towards the helmet. Now, just like when you're working in this space, you're looking, you're like, Mrs. Moore, I'm not really grooving on those circles. What can we do about it? Well, you can go to the soft edge, and that will solve the problem dramatically. So, boom, boom, soften that edge so I don't see those circles or rings anymore. And that makes a difference. A student once said, Mrs. Moore, can we smudge it? Yeah, but then you kind of lose the fluffiest of the clouds. So that's the clone stamp. Remember, hold option down to select the target area. Make sure you're on the right layer that you're actually trying to target, and then you can move on from there. All right. The second thing I wanted to teach you was how to add text. Here is an image that I was working on for my digital place of where I imported myself into a Starbucks cup. So let's figure out how we can add text and cite my source. I always said that was really important for this project. So let's see. I'm going to go to my Google search. When I went into my Google Drive and I found my Photoshop document, here's my web address that I grabbed and I put in the URL, and it showed me this, which is basically the image that I was working from. This is what needs to happen. I needed to go into advanced search on, and there were two options. View image, which is great, and what we needed to do to select and put it into Photoshop. But we have to look at the visit page part, because when we actually go to visit this page, there is so much more information. For example, I find out that I got the image from Flickr, and then I also find out that this is the dude that took the picture. And I find out that he's been a member of Flickr since 2005. He took this photo March 5th. He's from Seattle, Washington, and he actually used a Panasonic DMC-GF1 as the camera when he took this photo. That's stuff that's really important for us to know sometimes. So what we're going to do is we're going to include all this information into a digital or into a bibliography. So I'm logged in to my Google Doc, and I'm now going to go into my Google Drive, and here you can see EasyBib. And if you don't see EasyBib, if you type in EasyBib, it'll come up for you. So as I click on it, says I can log in directly or I can log in with my Google account, which is pretty sweet because I am logged in as my Google right now. You can use this too. So here we are, EasyBib. I know over half of you have used this, so bear with me as I teach to make sure that everybody is on the same page as me. So I'm going to create a new project. My project name is Digital Place, and this time I'm actually gonna include Starbucks cup. I'm gonna use MLA 7, and I'm gonna hit create. All right, so here I am, Digital Place Starbucks cup. Let's talk about bibliography. I'm sorry, my computer is going so slow. Bear with me. As it opens up, it says cite a website by entering the address. Well, hello, we have that, and I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna go Command C for copy. Gonna jump back to my EasyBib and hit Command Paste. I'm gonna hit cite this. Let's see what it comes up with for me. All right, it says that it's from Flickr. Let's find out how we can give more information for our bibliography. We need to talk about what the source type is. Right now it says content published originally, blah, blah, blah. If we go on here, we can basically say this is a digital image. We're not looking at a magazine, we're looking at a digital image. All right, now he already titled it as Special Souvenir from Starbucks. Who's the author? Well, this is where it gets a little tricky. When he went in here and he cited himself, I don't know if you noticed, but he cited himself as B. Fish Addo or B. Fishado. I'm not really sure what that's about, but we're going to honor that. B. Fish Addo. Now, let's go and see if we can get some more information from him. He said that this picture was taken on March 5th, 2010. Well, let's see if they need this in here. I'm going to keep on going. It says website Flickr, okay, and it's sponsored by Yahoo. There's the URL. Electronically published. Heck, we got this. 5 March 2010. Okay, right now, date access, it's saying that I accessed this today, but the reality is I actually accessed it last week on October 10th. So now I'm going to create my citation. Oop, there it is, B-Fish Shadow. I'm going to hit Command Copy. Now that I have this, I'm going to minimize my Chrome. I'm going to bring back my Photoshop. And I want to include it in here. Keep in mind that a text should never take away from the artwork. The artwork is always the main focus. So when I add text, I want people to notice me in a cup first, then later on notice the details of maybe the citation. So we're going to use the text font. Now I could put my text or cite my source up top. I could cite my source in my mug, and I'm just going to do that so you can see it maybe a little bit better. Now while I click on my text, I want you to notice up here, oh here we go, my computer's sitting and thinking about it. But up at the top, this will change to a T, and it's going to start along here, giving me different options of what I can do with text. Come on, computer, you can do it. Oh, so sad. Come on. Okay, as we're waiting for my computer to sit and think about this, the next thing I want you to know is that we can control, like, the font style. If you click here, you can see all the different font styles that we can use. I don't actually want anything big and bold. I'm actually going to keep it nice and simple. I can control the point font. Guess what? I do not want 180 font. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to keep it simple and keep it at like 10 or 12 point font. I can control the text, see if it's centered, and I can control the color of my text. Now, I don't want my text to be white because I'm on a white cup, but I don't want it to be too dark either. So I gotta find something that will complement it. I can see it, but it won't be too noticeable. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this text box here, and I'm going to hit Command Paste for my URL. Oh, you can see it in some areas, especially over here, better than others. Now here's the fun thing about working with your text. Just like you could with a picture, you could alter it, transform it, scale it. You can do that with text too. Do anything about the text, but if I change this, I can show that I can arc it. So I'm gonna slide this so you can see it a little bit better. Uh-oh. Come on, computer. Oop. That's too much. But if I slide this bar, I can make it go down, or I can make it curve up. I want to curve it up just a little bit. Alright, so with that said, I can you grab it? Yep, I can grab it, I can lower it. I'm going to move it over to the left a little bit, and then I can hit OK. So remember, when you add your URL and you cite your trick, good luck today and have fun. I can't wait to see what you come up with. When you are done and you want to save it to my drive, make sure that you are doing it in a JPEG format. Alright, bye!